Seriously, we're rolling! And we're back with Alan Aragon answering your nutrition questions, the ones that you most want to know. We're talking about plateaus, also known, I believe, on YouTube as plateaus, and we're answering why you can't lose weight. So, Alan, people want to lose weight and they just can't lose weight. What's going on? Are they being impatient? Is it perhaps a lack of compliance to their diet? What are the biggest factors why individuals can't lose weight week after week? We're not just talking about 1 week, we're perhaps talking about 2 or maybe 3 weeks.
People, number one, they don't have the right expectations from the outset. They set unrealistic goals, and by unrealistic, I mean they shoot a little too high, and then they disappoint themselves and they get demotivated. They're like, oh, this ain't even working. People need to set realistic goals first and foremost, man.
Yeah.
And then the next reason why people fail at weight loss is because they have no clue what it means to actually create a calorie deficit. You can't create a calorie deficit with double scoops and double helpings of everything.
Yeah, and lack of, I guess, tracking nutrients. Let's assume that someone has been tracking. Let's assume they've been complying, and they're like, yo, I still can't lose weight. What would you say then to that individual? It's a case-by-case basis, but by and large, it's a reduction of calories that are necessary. Maybe a lot of times, you talked about plateaus in the seminar, how a lot of times people, it's like, you know, it might take several weeks before your weight drops. Can you comment a little bit about that in your experience?
Yeah, you know, especially with female clients, you have to, instead of respect the vessel, you have to respect the menstrual. Okay? So what that means, there's some pretty substantial water weight fluctuations that go on during the you know, the peri-menstrual period, so shall we call it.
Yeah.
And you have to really ride that plateau out for more than a month from cycle to cycle for women to see whether you can, it's just, you want to be able to compare 2 time points fairly instead of judging a water retention period versus a normal period. So that's women.
Yeah.
With men and fat loss plateaus, I would say they're either reached a maintenance point or they are just not complying, or they're complying inconsistently and they are in denial.
Denial's when you say denial is a big one, when you say about self-reported weight loss, where people will sometimes feel shamed, that's like, honestly, if the numbers aren't adding up right, it's not the numbers, it's
compliance. It's compliance, man. In the research, it's really common for people to underreport caloric intake by 40 to 50%. That, you know, that's the range, and even overreport physical activity by that same huge margin that just kills your progress. You're in denial, man. You're not getting it together. You're not being objective.
So if you can't lose weight, potentially you're at a plateau and you got to ride it out. Maybe it has an issue to do with compliance. Maybe it's an issue with your macros that you set initially, the target that you put, and your calories essentially that you're eating.
Yes. You got to have a finger on all the variables, and you can't kid yourself with anything. Otherwise, you're not going to make it.
You can't be having McDonald's every single damn day. Come on now, man. How you going to expect McFlurries ain't going to be getting a 6-pack?
That's right.
That's just not realistic.
Just get a cake.
Guys, thanks for watching the video. Alan, thank you for being on once again. If you liked the video, make sure to like the video. And where can they find you?
AlanAragon.com.
Let's Google. You're famous.
Just Google me.
Just Google me.
Google Alan Aragon, and don't search the images because you might lose your girlfriend.
Well, don't misspell Alan for anal. Also, like anal Aragon.
Yeah, don't image search that.
No. Yeah.
You might lose
Google
your job.
search. Yeah. Web at home in the privacy of your own home. Peace.